There's a legal way to earn millions playing football, and in some cases end up paying less tax. It's not a trick, it's not magic, it's a structure that clubs, players and advisors have used for years, and when it gets pushed too far, the tax authority shows that some footballers are club employees and others are also a brand, and that difference changes how much they earn, how much they pay in tax, and how modern contracts are built. Same shirt, same stadium, but inside the contract tells a different story. Today, you will understand what image rights are and when a player stops being just a worker. For years, clubs had a very simple problem. They wanted to pay huge wages, but taxes made them almost unsustainable. In some countries, more than half of a star salary disappeared before it even reached their bank account. So a solution appeared that can be legal if there is real commercial value and well-defined contracts separating two types of income: the salary for playing and the payment for commercial uses of their image. Disclaimer: this is a general explanation. It is not a legal or tax advice because rules change depending on the country on the specific case. And it is not an invitation to structure anything. It's just context to understand how contracts work. My goal is to explain the concept, not to recommend the structures or reduce taxes. Alright, let's begin. The club pays a salary for the players to play football, and separately, it may pay to use the player's image, but only if they are genuinely using it for campaigns and advertising. It's like an executive getting paid to run the company, which is normal, and then having a separate contract for advertising campaigns and commercial uses of their image. The problem is that the line is not always clear. What is a player's image really worth? 10% of the contract? 30%? Half? Sometimes that money is managed through image rights companies, and that's where the delicate territory begins. If there is no real commercial substance and no reasonable pricing, it can be challenged or reclassified as a salary, especially if there is no real commercial activity or amounts aren't reasonable. And when that number no longer matches the real commercial value, the tax authority starts looking very closely. That's why we have seen high-profile cases like Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo or Carlo Ancelotti, who, according to public information, have been linked to proceedings, audits, litigation or tax settlement related not to their salary but to their image rights, not for playing football, but for how certain off-the-pitch incomes was declared and structured. For clubs, image rights can be a very useful lever if they are set up properly and there is a real commercial use. In some cases, that commercial side is not treated the same as wages, but it has to make sense, be well justified, and priced reasonably. It also gives them breathing room to close deals. Not everything has to be shoved into the same salary bucket, but this also creates clear difference. A player who sells shirts, drives social media, and has advertising pool usually has more room to sink deals around their image, and the player without the personal brand usually earns almost everything as wages and pay tax like wages without so many side lanes. In practice, image rights are used more to make it viable than to make it fair. They allow clubs to pay what the market demands without the whole system collapsing along the way. But they also change something fundamental. The contract no longer measures only how good you are on the pitch, but how profitable you are of it. From the outside, two players can look exactly the same. Same club, same role, same level, but on the inside, their contracts tell very different stories. And in modern football, salary no longer tells you what a player is worth. It only shows you the part the system let you see. Pay attention to what appears up here, because this is not just about salaries. Image rights are only one of the invisible rules holding up modern football. If you want to understand how the football business really works, start here. In this playlist, you have got the case ideas you need to understand modern football.